Hello, hello. Welcome to Sunday's Best. How's everybody doing out there? I trust that you had a great weekend. In fact, it's a long weekend. Tomorrow is a very special holiday, and I'm sure that you will do something um, to prove or to show that you value the ones that have gone before us and paved the way so that we can walk into doors that we might not otherwise be able to walk into, and that we can vote and have some other rights. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our third session for the third season of Sunday's Best. And as always, I want to bring you something of value, something to inspire you, something to encourage you, something to make you feel good about yourself. And so, with that being said, let's talk about self care because that's what the month of January has been about. Um, I did a little survey, had you to complete some sentences, and that told me what was on your minds, or at least some of the things that were on your mind. And so I have created content around those statements that you completed. And last week and the week before, we talked about taking care of business, mind, body, and soul. And we talked about self care is giving the world the best of you, not what's left of you. So, um, in short, if you don't take care of you, you won't be able to take care of other people. And you know that we do a lot of taking care of other people. It's just in our nature, it's the way that we were built. And so it says that we cannot stop the aging process. We talked about self care would help you. You can grow old, but you don't have to look old. And you don't have to feel old, and you don't have to act old. But you're thankful that God has allowed you longevity to do some of the things that we want and wish to do in life. In fact, some of the things that we were created to do in life. And if we don't take care of ourselves, those things will go undone, unchecked, and what lies between your dash does matter. So it matters more and more as you get older. So I gave you like some keys to maintaining self-care, and it was to make sure you get the proper rest, make sure you drink plenty of water, make sure you continue to dream, um, and to make sure that you love you. We said that it's not selfish to love yourself. It's not selfish to say no when asked to do something. Um, if you need the time for yourself, you need some me time. So don't think that taking care of yourself is selfish. In fact, it's so important. It's the opposite of being selfish. It's being self-full. And we also talked about some ways that you can find time for yourself. Well, make time for yourself because you can't find time. We all have the same amount of time to operate in. It just depends on what we decide to do with it. And we talked about a simple thing like laughing. Can make you feel better, doesn't cost anything. It costs you if you frown all the time, okay? And we say that keeping that childlike mentality or attitude, where children laugh over 400 times a day, adults maybe four. So find something to be happy about. Find something to just laugh and laugh until your side hurts. Okay? So those are the things that we talked about last week. And we said that you should always, always think about back in school when you were young and youthful and you would go out to recess. And even though you didn't go and play on the merry-go-round, taking a break was part of the school day. Whether you socialized or whatever you did, when you took that break and ate lunch and whatever, think back to those days and don't get old before your time. And so tonight, we're going to talk about your self-care, your choice, and your superpower. So I'm going to start off tonight talking about something that, not something, about a book in the Bible, Proverbs, and a chapter in particular that we all have heard one way or the other. But I picked out some character traits, some attributes of the virtuous woman, and then I'm going to blend that into some of the things that you completed a statement on last week. And some of those things were that you should love yourself, that you should be do self-care, you should decide daily to be the best you that you can be. You should make yourself a priority, and you should put yourself first and be the best you that you can be. Now, superpower requires self-care. You need the energy. And so in Proverb 31, it opens up by saying, a good woman is hard to find. Let me repeat that, because I know we got some good women listening on this call, and perhaps some men too. A good woman is hard to find. She's rare as a diamond. Her husband can trust her. She's generous. She shops around for the best fabrics. She's a designer. She prepares breakfast for her family before getting dressed and going off to work. She looks for real estate and she buys it. She seizes opportunities. Not only does she go into the marketplace, but she also plants a garden. She goes off to work. She gets dressed, goes off to work. But guess what? Through self-care, she knows her worth. It's hard to know your worth if you don't feel good about yourself. This virtuous woman in Proverbs 31 is diligent, is quick to assist others. She makes her own designer clothing of rare silk and other fine fabrics. Her husband respects her greatly. She sells her garments that she makes for a profit. She is productive. She's admired. She is praised. Her virtue flows. She knows her worth. She has superpowers, and so do you. My theme, or my motto for the year is 2022, you can do it. So tonight we're going to talk about, how did the virtuous woman do all of the things that she did if she didn't take care of herself? She blended in family, work, her craft. She used her gifts, and you should too. So life is a learning experience, and self-care is a part of the journey. It's been said, experience is the best teacher. Haven't you heard that? We have learned from the school of hard knocks. And you've heard it said, if you make your bed hard, you have to lie in it. The last one, Mama said there'd be days like this. So if you know that everything in life is not going to be a bed of roses, and you still want to flourish, you still want to plant a garden, you still want to go into the marketplace and sell your products and be productive and have your own, be your own person, as well as taking care of your family, then you have to exhibit some self-care. So we're going to talk a little bit about superpowers for superwomen. You've heard the song, I'm Not Your Superwoman, but in a sense we are, because we do so many things for so many people, and yet we leave some of the things that we should do for ourselves untouched. We're not invincible. No man is an island. No one person accomplishes huge sustainable success by themselves. We all work better together. And so together, we're going to work on self-care. What is it? Why is it necessary? And how can you let your superpower show, just like the virtuous woman did? Women, we are exceptionally strong by nature. There may be a few things we're timid of, even little things like bugs or what have you. But overall, we're built strong. We're built to last. Have you heard a woman's work is never done? I know you have. How many of you can agree? Just put yes, never done. Because we're always doing something. It's funny how some people always find something that their hands to be doing. We rarely just sit down and on our do nothing, which I think it was Mary Lorick said, get up off your do nothing and do something. And so I went back to all of those, and I still came up with the fact that a good woman is hard to find. Somebody that knows how to do you, do family, be a spouse, be a good coworker, be a good friend, be a good Christian, be a good person, most of all. And good women are hard to find. So let's talk about how to take care of the mind, the body, and the spirit of a good woman. Again, your affirmations were, you completed the statement, love yourself. Well, how do you love yourself? Do self-care. Well, how do you do that? How do you find time? How do you make time? Decide daily to get organized and to help somebody else. So, never give from the depth of your soul every day. Give from overflow. Because if you give everybody all of you, you'll have nothing left for you. But if you organize, if you choose to live your life, including self-care as one of your priorities, then you will have some overflow time that you can use to help someone else. When it says love yourself, how? A woman, as women, we tend to take care of who's around us instead of what's inside of us. We tend to take care who is around us instead of who's inside of us. We tend to take a back seat each time someone wants us to do something for them, and we say yes because we believe that if we say no, we're being selfish. because we're taking care of everybody else, and if we're using every ounce of what we have to take care of everybody else, then that leads us to deplete our energy and to be stressed out. Not always because of something you created or a decision that you made, but because you're trying to take care of the world and then some. Um, when we talk about self-care, have you been taught self-care in the past? Has anybody ever said to you, you got to take care of yourself? You got to get some rest. You can't do everything. So if you have been taught self-care and you got a little off track because we're living in a fast world and we're trying to be superwoman, super person, super everything to everybody, then as you slow down and get your train on the track, on the right track, this could be a legacy building for the women or even the men, the young men in your family. Teach them about balance. You know, when we talk about legacy, we think about leaving money or inheritance. But some of the simplest things in life should be passed on down the line. And women, we should be passing it down to our daughters, our granddaughters, our nieces, any young person. Because though an old dog can learn new tricks, it's better if you practice while you're young and get it all built into your psyche, into your normal, and do it every day. What are the benefits of self-care? Self-care nourishes you. Self-care replenishes you. Self-care doesn't leave you drained all the time. Yeah, we all get tired. We all need to rest. We all could use a nap. The older we get, the more naps we take. I know I do. The benefits of self-care is you feel more alive, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So self-care is very, very, very important. Never, ever forget self-care. Superwomen, superwoman, spread your wings. It's time to soar. But you know what? You got to have the energy to get up and do it. And so, when was the last time that you used your superpower to do something great? When was the last time? You deserve it, you know. Don't feel guilty. I want you tomorrow or even tonight, I want you to say, it's a new day, it's a new season. And I want you to look in the mirror and say, mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me what I need to do to take care of me. And, you know, if taking care of you, look in the mirror, look at yourself and say, what does it take to take care of me? Does it take anything to take care of yourself? You might go out to dinner without someone taking you out. You may have to take yourself out. You may go to a movie with or without someone. You may want to go to an art gallery, a walk in the park. When's the last time you watched a sunrise or a sunset? Those are simple things, or a walk in the park. Those are simple things that are self-care. You'd be surprised how a simple walk, a simple self-talk, simple pat on the back, a little encouragement it all goes a long way. And when you get in that mirror, you can repeat some affirmations to yourself. You can say, I love me. God created me, and I love me. I'm powerful. I have a lot to offer. I'm a lovable person. I have an agenda. I have a life. I have gifts that I haven't even used yet. Tell yourself that in the mirror and remind yourself of that often. Another thing you can do, allow yourself to take 20 minutes to either sit in a quiet place or meditate, pray, or simply relax. Forgive yourself. A lot of times we're carrying around stuff that it's not what we're eating, but it's what's eating us. Forgive yourself for holding a grudge, for thinking that you were not enough, for holding back from speaking the truth in the right tone and in the right place, to carry around a lie when you know that it is a falsehood. A lot of times that takes a lot out of you. So find time. We talked about going to the spa. We talked about a lot of different things. But think about a simple sunrise and sunset. I know when we go cruising, I purpose to see the sunrise and the sunset. But when I'm at home, when I get up, the sun is usually already up, but I'm quick to open the windows, and because I want to see the sunshine. I want to see what's up for the day. And so as we take care of ourselves, think about the simple things in life. Today's businesswoman is totally committed to everybody else, it seems. Our schedule is full. Our plate is running over. But we need to carve out 10, 15, 20 minutes, whether it's commute time, or well, now we're at home a lot, not working, not driving to work, but commute time. Turning on the right music can be the window to your soul. Listening to a song early in the morning can keep you humming it all day long. A walk in the park for 15 minutes can set you free. So these are just things that I wanted to remind you of. Listening to a podcast may help you pass the cares of the previous day away. Try walking and meditating at the same time. So we're saying that there are a lot of times when we multitask, we're not giving a full 100% to either of the items. But if it's hard for you to plug in and meditate and walk and get exercise, then if you could do that at the same time, that would be great. Shower yourself with a bouquet of flowers if that's what you like. A long bubble bath. Whatever makes you feel good. Brew yourself a cup of herbal tea and sip on it. I made mine and I put a stick of cinnamon in it, and it's good. So imagine sitting down somewhere, not doing anything for anybody but you, self-care once in a while. You're robbing yourself if you don't do it. You really are. And it says that we should read. You need to learn. You'll never know enough. Read a good book. Stargaze. Look at the moon. Look at the stars. These are things that we don't do And when we do these and we're doing them for ourselves, it's going to make us feel better. Light a candle and begin journaling. That's a good self-care. Write a journal. Um, all these things that I've mentioned tonight are said in love, and because you completed the statements, I felt that it was necessary just to share a few ways to do these things. Find a quiet place. Um, Wherever it is, find it. Wherever you are, find you. Stop just taking care of everybody and everything around you and take care of you. Because if you don't take care of yourself, it's hard for you to give the best that you've got. It's hard for you to be that superwoman. It's great to be a superwoman. It's great to be a phenomenal woman. And it's especially great to be a virtuous woman. But you know what? It ain't easy. You have got to find balance in your life. And you and God are the center of that life. And, He created you, and He gave us all 7 days and said 1 day to rest. But He didn't say that we could not take breaks, that we could not help other people. But the body needs rest. No matter what you do, no matter how invincible you think you are, you leave that job, you leave that business, you leave wherever, and you will be replaced. Sometimes they're thinking of your replacement when you get ill. They don't wait for you to die. All right? But you know you better than anybody else. And Superwoman, do your thing. 2022, yes, you can. It's the year to get it done, but you got to work on you from the inside out. And so that's what I wanted to share with you tonight. And with that being said, next week, I believe it's next week, or I may have one more thing on this session. But the next month for sure, February is going to be all about the finance. All about the finance. Okay? How to get out of debt, how to save money, how to manage money, how to make 6 or 7 streams of income. All of that is going to be in February. I promise. My mission on this 3rd season is to help as many people as I can. And so, speaking of finance, if you paid yourself, that's part of self-care too. Being broke and trying to be happy is a little bit hard. Money can't buy happiness, but it can give you options. So I'm going to look to see who's on, and I'm going to, as always, answer your questions. Rima says, even a superwoman has to replenish herself. Amen, Rima. Woman of God, as we pray for others, we pray for ourselves, and as we remind others to take time, you're right. We need to replenish, and as a minister, you probably need to replenish more, because the minds and souls and the problems of other people are with you. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of people on here tonight. Let's see. Leisha Connors, I vowed last year to take care of myself. Sandra said take naps. Gloria Moore says it's a new season, a new me. Mirror, mirror on the wall, What does it take to take care of me? Simple things, and don't things that don't cost you anything. Thank you, Miss Maddie Young. Um, I love me is what she says. Sandra says eating the right foods. That's Sandra Ellison. Janice King says I paid myself. And Vivian says forgive ourselves. That's right. We have to forgive ourselves. Let's see who we have. Sandra Bolton. Wow, not what you're eating, but what's eating you. And you said a mouthful. That's it, Sandra. Genevieve Burgess says she's putting her 2 cents in the bank. Vivian, let's see. I was complaining I couldn't get them all up. Now they're going by so quick I can't even read them all. Vivian says, I love my me time alone, including my time alone in my car. Exactly. Gloria Moore says, herbal teas are the best. Sandra Bolton says, I love reading. I thank you all so much for getting on tonight. Novella says, great advice. Olivia, my sister-in-law, says self-care is so important. And so is meditation. Olivia has her quiet time with the Lord, and that is excellent. Janice King says, I love spending time in the library with a good book. Yes, yes, we can never learn enough. Rima, even a superwoman, it came back up. Even Superwoman had to replenish herself. And Sandra Bolton says, all about the Benjamins. Craig Askew says, we're working. All right, that's great. Olivia says, reading The Measure of a Man by the great Sidney Poitier. I'm sure that's a great read. He was such a great person. So much respect for him and his skills and his talents. Genevieve says, a great session. Gloria Moore says, money gives you options. Sandra Bolton, it says she's tightened up. She's got $3 signs there. Craig says clean eating, and that's very important. Clean eating. It's the gut. You got to do a gut check. They say that what's in the gut is what affects the body. Marva is on. She says, great session. I am a massage envy girl. Me too. I go once a month. All right. So if I missed anybody, it may come up a little bit later, but I really, really, really appreciate everybody getting on. And we have a lot going on this year. We have an awful lot going on. And I am so happy that you're taking this journey with me. So, as I always say, have a great life, have a great night, have a $1 million life. And before you do anything else after you get off, I want you to share this message on your page. I got my daughter to help me figure out how to have this go public, not just to my friends, but to the general public. And my goal is to impact 100 lives this year in 2022, 100 more lives. Those of you that are on, last week we had close to 100 comments, and I think more than 30 people on. And I'd like to grow that to 100. You know why? Impact affects the world. And I want to be a person of impact. I want to be a person that people are going to be better off for having an encounter with me. So I know my mission, and you're part of it. You're part of it. If you're on this call, You are a part of it. So have $1 million life, and I'll see you next week for Sunday's Best.